What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our match reaction after the FA Cup fourth round victory for Liverpool. 5-2 over Norwich, our place in the fifth round securely booked, where we will await the winners of the replay between Watford and Southampton. Liverpool have been drawn at home in the fifth round, so that is good news. And what is also good news, Andy Robertson returned to the pitch today after a long time out. A week that we could all do with some good news after, of course, the Jurgen Klopp bombshell that dropped on Friday. I'm going to go through the game, give you my thoughts on it. As always, we ask you to let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Do drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. Lots to go through, and let's start off as we always like to do, right back with the team selection. I thought it was a good mix from Jurgen. Looking forward to seeing McConnell in the position, and he did not let us down. Connor Bradley as well, going to start again at right back, and we got the job done. So team selection, no issues with. It was probably a little bit stronger than I initially anticipated, but it was all about just booking that place and keeping the good feeling for the season going, keeping the vibe going. And we are still in all four competitions as well, and chugging along rather nicely. Look, if you're looking for some nitpicking here, yes, we conceded 2 goals, and that's never great. One of them, you just have to kind of tip your hat and say, wow, what a strike. The first one, the goal from the corner, a little bit concerning. We need to be a little bit tighter marking set pieces. It is an area that I think will concern a lot of us over the past few months. But look, scored 5, got the victory, place booked in the next round. ITV gave Mr. Connor Bradley man of the match. We're going to ask you guys on our fan reaction show later on to vote for it, but I think it was a good decision. He got himself a couple of assists today, of course, as well. Goal for Mr. Curtis Jones. Can we talk about the opening goal for a minute? What a ball from McConnell on a sixpence, and Jones still had a lot to do with the header, and he did it well. But that moment for young McConnell, it was lovely to see the players celebrating with Curtis Jones and then immediately making a beeline over to celebrate with McConnell as well. He was forced off a little bit later in the game with what looked to be just cramp, really. But by then, look, the game was pretty much sewn up. Moving on to the second goal. It comes with some really, really good work by the man of the match, Mr. Connor Bradley, down the right-hand side. He initially wins the ball back, then plays a lovely little 1-2 to play himself into space, pulls the ball back inside to Darwin Núñez, who takes a touch, steadies himself, and quite simply buries it into the corner. And we're off to a good start. Darwin's got himself another goal, but the fun didn't stop there. Next up stepped Diogo Jota to get himself a goal. Ryan Gravenberch got a goal. And I'm trying to remember who scored the other goal. I'm confused. Virgil van Dijk with a header as well. The 1 week that I don't stick my usual fiver bet on Virgil to score a header, he only goes and does it. And that's the job done. So for me, it's just nothing but positives today. If you're looking at a couple of stats from the game, Liverpool with 7 shots on target, 12 off target, 72% of the possession today for Liverpool, 12 corners for us as well. And it's just been a pretty entertaining Sunday afternoon's football. We always thought we'd get the better of Norwich, let's be honest. Respect to them for coming and having a real go. But when we went as strong as we did with that team selection, I was fully expecting us to get the job done. It was nice to see Jurgen Klopp have a moment with his mate David Wagner before the game, and a little hug after the game as well. On today, look, it was going to be an emotionally charged day for everybody, for mainly the reason that Jurgen announced his departure at the end of the season during the week. And we wanted to see what type of reaction we get from the players and, of course, the fans today as well. And neither let us down. Highlight for me of the day, of course, was to see Andy Robertson getting back onto the pitch after so long out. That was great to see. Trent got minutes, Szoboszlai got minutes, Verge came off the bench and got himself a goal. Bradley continues to impress at right back, and young McConnell, who knows what the future holds for him, because he not only, usually we give the youngsters a compliment by saying they didn't look out of place. I'll go further than that from McConnell today. I thought he looked as good as anybody out there. And that's a huge compliment considering the quality of the players that were around him today in that Liverpool team. Still looks a bit weird seeing the Annie Road end without those fans in it, but we're hoping Burnley game is the one that finally sees Liverpool able to open up that middle tier and finally get the capacity at Anfield up to the over 60,000 mark. We move ahead though as well, looking with one eye in the games against Chelsea coming up on Wednesday, and a massive game then in the league at the Emirates against Arsenal on Sunday. A week that, while it won't define our season, it will certainly have a big role to play in the momentum that we take into the latter part of the campaign. Lots of uncertainty, of course, around the Liverpool managerial situation. I still have my own concerns about why the timing was this week. Was it the fact that Liverpool didn't want to have the news leaked before Klopp got a chance to say the players. I don't know, but I still feel it wasn't the right timing. But for me, and I know it'll be asked in the chat and spoken about quite a bit, it's Alonso. I don't even have a number 2 anymore at this point. I was thinking De Zerbi, but I can't think past Xavi Alonso. He has to be the one. And I hope that we get that appointment sorted sooner rather than later. The reason being, I think the longer the uncertainty is there, the more fear there's going to be amongst us fans. And also we can't ignore the fact that 3 big contract renewals need to be negotiated. Mohamed Salah, Trent and Verge all in the same contractual situation. So you would hope that if there's a bit of managerial certainty, or at least they know who's incoming, that would help the club in those discussions as well, because we don't want to be losing any of those gentlemen. So lots to come over the days and weeks ahead. But I was concerned today a little bit. You know, the thought process from all the fans and everybody was that we will harness this news from Jurgen Klopp. The lads will play harder for the rest of the season, and we'll have the whole Michael Jordan last dance kind of vibe. And that is still going to be the case, but I just hope it's not anticlimactic, because this is it now. We have the countdown. It's officially started. That contract from Jurgen that was signed to 2026. Apparently, according to The Athletic, there was an understanding internally at the club that it was really probably 2025, because there was a clause to extend it by another season. But the feeling was that Jurgen may actually call it a day after the 10-year mark. Unfortunately, that's been pushed a bit forward, and yeah, this week has just been one that I think has left a lot of us feeling a little bit down in the dumps. But that result today, the performances from Bradley and McConnell, the return of Andy Robertson and Trent and Dom, I think that'll just give us all a bit of a boost and a smile ahead of what's going to be a monumental week. Substitutes from Jurgen Klopp today. Again, I thought they were spot on. He certainly said they had an impact on the game. Verge came on for Ibu and got himself a goal as well. To touch on Verge's goal for a minute, it was not an easy header, so it was a very good finish from him. The only, I guess, blemish on today's performance, if there is to be any, is would have loved to have seen Cody Gakpo get a goal as well, just so we could have completed the front three. Would have been nice to have Jota, Darwin and Cody get a goal. He had chances, but unfortunately didn't take them. You could see what the goal at the end of the game meant to Ryan Gravenberch as well, as he kind of wheeled away and punched the air in celebration. Lovely assist there for Conor Bradley, and if I'm not mistaken, that's 2 in the game for Bradley as well as 1 for McConnell. So it's all good, it's all positive, and it's all building up for a very good week. It doesn't look like there's any new injury concerns as well, and having those 3 players return today means that the selection headaches increase for Jurgen, but in a good way, ahead of the game. And I guess we've got to start thinking about Chelsea now, right? And what happens there. Just again to reiterate for those who may have missed at the start of the video, the draw was done at half-time in our game today, and Liverpool have been drawn at home in the 5th round of the FA Cup, and the draw pitched us up against either Watford or Southampton. They drew 1-1 today, so that game will go to a replay, and the winner will come to Anfield in the 5th round, week commencing, I think, about February 28th. So once we get the full information on that, we will bring it to you. But, my friends, that's pretty much it for me for the match reaction. I'm going to go record the player ratings now. If you're watching this early doors, then I will see you guys back for the fan reaction show at 5 o'clock. If I don't see you tonight, then I will see you tomorrow, no doubt. And look, I think the guys have done well for us today. It's not been an easy week. We're all a little bit scratching our heads, down in the dumps, a little bit sad about Jurgen's announcement. But let's do as much as we can to have a good send-off for Jurgen and a good end to the campaign. And hopefully we send Jurgen off with more trophies, more memories, and we look ahead to next season and the future as excited as we are right now. So until then, I'll catch up with you guys real soon. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video. Most importantly, let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Massive love from all of us here at Anfield Agenda. Can't believe we're closing in on 240,000. 250,000 is only around the corner. These are numbers that I never thought we would talk about. So yeah, help us out with that by hitting the sub button. And your thoughts on the game or anything else? I will catch up with you soon. Much love and thank you again. Bye-bye.